Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Volvo Christian, and also welcome to this range test starring the BMW i4 in the M50 trim. You see the car unlocks when I get close, and it will lock again when I step away. I'm currently just topping up the last percent. I'm at 99% now. And I will start the range test in a few minutes. Just take a little walk around to admire the i4. I'm currently lending this through the weekend. I had it on a trip yesterday, about 300 kilometers, and I really enjoyed it. This is real driving pleasure. And if we compare it to the Polestar 2 with performance pack, I actually think the i4 are better in almost every single way. This is so much fun to drive, and at the same time quite comfortable, spacious, luxurious interior. In many ways, several steps above the Polestar 2 with the performance pack. I actually got the Polestar 2, the special version, BST 270. I'm not sure how it will compare against that one, but all in all, this i4 are a real awesome car. We're going to take a little look now at some of the things I like and don't like, starting with the grab handle. You see it's flushed, but there's nothing to grab, so sometimes I'm slipping when I'm opening it. Just a minor thing. But let's step inside. First take a look of these door panels with the blue contrast stitching. Really gorgeous. You see this is a class above the Volvo and Polestar 2. Also the rear doors got this contrast stitching and this leather. Really nice materials. The first thing, let's see if I can zoom out. The first thing that I really like are actually the screens here. The driver display and also the center touchscreen. You can see that I actually finished charging 100%, so I have to start off soon. But these two displays are really customizable. There's so much information you can go about. The seats are actually the second thing that I'm not so amazed by. The cushion itself are pretty good, but I find the backrest quite uncomfortable. It's way on the firm side for my preferences. But the cushion itself are pretty good. And if we jump inside to avoid all the noise outside, you see it's a pretty sweet looking interior. You see here the ambient lighting as well. Carbon decor inlays. But over to some of the things I really like. Just gonna slide forward. You see here with the individual drive modes. This is very convenient to have while driving with a physical button instead of using the touchscreen. But if you have to use the touchscreen, you also have this iDrive wheel that I find really good with some shortcuts. So I really like this system. I have two individual cup holders, a charging plate that works excellent. We can also close this lid. I'm not sure if I can have on the screen. Yeah, if we go to the home screen, yes. One of the things I like with this screen are you can customize and choose what information you want here on the screen. So say I want to move the radio, I can just move this And then when I'm in my home setting, I will have radio here. So you can just move each individual widget or tile or what you call this. So really nice. Another thing I like with the navigation, if we're here on, it's on Norwegian now, but it says suggestions. If you push that one, and say charging stop. And this is one of the things that I miss in Volvo's solutions and also the Polestar 2. Here you can select where you want the charging station. Along the route, on your destination, or at a specific point. So you can choose along the route if you have a destination set. That's pretty great. Regards to the driver display, I can't show you now, but or maybe we can. You see there's so much content here to choose your layout. It looks different when the car is on. I'm not sure, yeah, pull out the charging cable. But anyways, very good system. I really like these two displays. So much information you can select. Media, map, car status, and different graphics. So really nice screens. So the screens and the drive modes, the iDrive wheel are some of the highlights next to the overall interior. A really nice place to spend several hours. I really also like this seat belts with this M coloring, stitching. Really great. So overall, a very nice car. The biggest complaints I have are actually on the backrest of the seat. And actually the grab handles are the two biggest complaints. But now it's time to get started. To pull out the cable. If I can do this. Yep. Okay, into the machine. Maybe close this. And the i4 you can charge with DC up to 205 kilowatt. The battery of the i4, just to have that clear, is about 84 kilowatt hours, but the usable are around 80. If we compare that to the Polestar 2, that has a battery on 78 kilowatts, but 75 usable. So this is a slightly bigger battery. The power output in the regular Polestar 2 are 408 horsepower, but in the performance upgrade you get 476. This i4 M50 has 544. So this is a bit more. And when you have it in sport mode and you take a kick down, it rips your head off. It's just insane. I have never experienced such a brutal acceleration. It's just insane. You don't need the Sport Plus for all the sports when you are taking an overtaking situation. You can just gently tap the accelerator pedal when in comfort. There's so much power available. But let's jump in and get started. Let's see if I can reset this. Individual reset. So 0, 0. Yep, sweet. And then we will not continue guidance. And here we can take a little look at the display before we're starting. So you see 100%. The clock is now 8:32. It's 12 degrees. We are running on Hancock tires, 245 40 19 in front and 255 40 19 in the rear. You can press this so you can see some of the content with the map viewing, media, and different layouts. And also if you press the drive modes, like if I go in Eco, you get a different coloring on both screens. I will run in comfort the whole way, climate set to about 20 degrees. So yeah, let's see if I can attach the phone. So we are on the road, ready to start. And the last range test I did was with the Volvo's C40, and I started just up at Frynbø Bilcenter, a couple of 100 meters up the road here. So it's basically the same starting point. And with that one I managed to drive 410 kilometers, and I returned with 2%. I'm going to drive the same route today, so from Bergen to Odda. It's a place called Låtefossen. Let's not take that light. It's a place called Låtefossen. It's a famous waterfall. And I will drive there and then head back again. I'm not using the cruise control for this trip. Will drive myself without cruise control, and yeah, as I said, in comfort mode the whole way. So just relaxed cruising. So I hope you will enjoy this video and the amazing scenery that we will encounter. So enjoy. So I have arrived at my destination, Låtefossen, with the i4 M50. And just check out this waterfall. It's pretty crowded here, packed with tourists. But just take a quick look at the falls. Pretty amazing scenery here. But let's jump into the beaver and check out consumption before starting on the way back. So let's start it up. You can check my consumption. So I've been on the road for, let's see if the camera will focus, 3 hours 23 minutes. It's actually been raining some of the time, but the last half an hour now it has been pouring down with rain, but it just stopped so I can record this video. So 15.6 is the current consumption. I actually noticed something with the navigation. I tried to press in this destination to check my estimated battery status when I arrived here, but I can't seem to find it anywhere in the menu. It won't give me an estimation at the end of the destination, so I just cancelled that navigation. But let's see, here we have it. My current state of charge are 60%. It's still around 11-12 degrees, and I will now start on the way back to Bergen. So 15.6 and 60%. So just one more look at the outside and the waterfall before we jump on and get moving backwards. So that's it, time to get moving backwards again. So I'm back in Bergen, and I've reached the end of my range test with the i4 M50. It has been raining for several hours now, and it's on and off now. The charging station where I started earlier today are just behind this big hotel, but there was so much noise there earlier today that I just drove down here for the final part of my video. We will now look at the results of my range test. So let's jump in. Let's see if we start it up. So as you see down here, current state of charge 21%. And if you remember the C40 test, I arrived up at Frydenbø with 2%. So now I have 21. So that's very good. The estimated range are 109 kilometers. And if we look over here for the final results, you see here, my consumption ended on 15.2. I've been on the road for 7 hours 25 minutes, and the distance driven 416 kilometers. So if you take the 416 plus the remaining estimated range, you will get a estimated range on 525 kilometers. 525, that's very good in this crappy ass weather. It has been wet roads for a huge part of the trip. Let's see if the camera will focus. So I think that's very good. This is BMW. I got a very efficient car with the i4 M50. So that was all for the range test. Just to end the range test, I will just show you some German precision. I really like that they have bothered to get the car color coded as the exterior. For the graphics, looks pretty good, but they have taken it even one step further. You see, if I switch the lights, the graphics will also change the lights. And even if I scroll to the rear and turn on the indicator lights, no, that's German precision. But they left out one little thing, because this car has the sunroof. The graphics doesn't show that. But otherwise, I think this is a cool touch. And now for a little bonus at the end. I said earlier in my video, and I also posted a little story on my Instagram earlier today, that I think the i4 are better than the Polestar 2. And I will now shortly show you why I think so. And we are comparing the regular Polestar 2 with Performance Pack. And the first thing I want to mention are the exterior design. You know, everything are better in colors, and so are the i4. Look at this glorious red paint. Reminds me of Volvo's flamenco red. And you can get the i4 in red, you can get it in blue metallic, there's also a matte blue available. You can get it in green, and you can also get it in orange. And just look at this. Okay, despite the beaver front, I think the i4 looks stunning, and actually better than the Polestar 2 with Performance Pack. So exterior design, I prefer i4. Another area I prefer the i4 are actually the interior. First off, the screen layout. I really like this. Practicality with two individual cup holders, still keeping your armrest. Try to get that in your Polestar. I really like this drive modes settings, and also the iDrive wheel. Very convenient to use this instead of using the touchscreen. So the interior practicality and the design, I prefer the i4. And also the general interior quality and luxurious experience. You notice that this is a step above the Polestar 2 in every single way. There's actually one area where I prefer the Polestar 2, and that's the seats. I'm not so amazed by these seats. The cushion are great, and actually the side bolsters are also pretty good, but the actual backrest, I'm not so comfortable as I like it. So that's actually the biggest flaw with the i4, the seats. I also really like the steering wheel of BMW. Leather on this airbag cover. They could probably remove this badge here. I'm not so focused on the BMW, but I really like the car and the way it drives. So exterior design, interior design, practicality. I prefer the i4. But as I said, the interior, you feel that there's a step above this, that this is a step above the Polestar 2. But obviously you have to pay for it. And this is actually quite more expensive than a Polestar 2. So a fully loaded Polestar 2 with Performance Pack, model year 23, with the leather option, will be about 650,000 kroners. And for the i4 M50, you're probably looking at 750 up to 780. Maybe even higher after the price increase. So there's a good 100,000 kroner extra compared to the Polestar 2 with performance pack and all the packages. But is it worth it? I'm not sure. It's quite an expensive car, this. And for this money you can get actually a V60. Pretty loaded V60. But at least compared to the Polestar 2 with performance pack, I actually prefer the i4. I didn't think I was gonna say it. And also regards to how it drives, BMW have managed to make this both comfortable and very sporty. I had a blast yesterday when hammering this through tight and twisty corners, pushing it in sports mode. So fun. It was really fun, and the power delivery are just insane. I had so much fun. But it's also quite comfortable for just relaxed cruising. So the driving dynamics in this, really, I take my hat off. This is really good. And the Polestar 2 with performance pack, yes, it is good to drive, but you know, you have to lift up the car to adjust the Erlens suspension, and that's quite a hassle if you want it in the most comfortable setting or the opposite, track setting. You can probably find a sweet spot in between there. But with this one, you don't need to lift it up or do anything. Just press the drive mode you want, and then you're on. This is such a blast to drive. Comfortable, but also sporty. So I'm really impressed by this one. So that's the main reasons why I prefer the i4 over Polestar 2 with performance pack. However, if we look at the special version BST 270 that I just saw in Oslo and I have it in order, then it's not so clear anymore. They are actually quite similar priced. My BST 270 with the wrap and the stripe tops out on 740, and this is about 750 to 800. So you see the price is very close there. And if we think about design, I actually prefer the BST. You know, the painted trim, wheel arches, that makes a huge difference for the Polestar 2. So if we put these two side by side, I will actually pick the BST. If we just focus on exterior design. Interior design and interior practicality will be the same. BMW has the edge there. So then it's just the seats. I actually prefer the Polestar 2 seats. So that was some of the reasoning why I prefer this over the Polestar 2. This is a really good car. I'm super amazed by the i4. This is a really good car. There's one more thing I'm going to show you before we end this video. The time is going fast here. So if we just open up the trunk, you can see here the practicality of the i4 scores even more points with the 40-20-40 split of the rear seat. The Polestar 2, Volvo C40, Volvo XC40, and actually all other Volvos beside the XC90 has a 60-40 split with a cute little ski hatch. This is the proper solution that I think Volvo, as a family-oriented practical wagon or SUV, should have. 40-20-40. Much easier to put in long items. We also have a 12-volt socket in the i4. Volvo actually removed that for the XC40 P8 and C40. So actually the BMW i4 are more practical than many of the current Volvos. I didn't think I was gonna say that, but it is very practical. So I think I should wrap it up now. I really hope you enjoy this range test and this bonus at the end with a little comparison. But don't think I prefer this over every Volvo. It's just compared to the Polestar 2 with performance pack and Volvo's XC40 and C40. If we quickly compare it to Volvo's V60, then I would rather take that one. The V60 offers better design, also the S60. Better design, better seats, better stereo, and the driving dynamics are very good. So I'm not totally a BMW fanboy yet. I prefer Volvo's if we look at the 60 series and up. Imagine a S60 or V60 as a full electric. It would be a completely knockout on the i4, at least for me. Because I got so much love for Volvo's S60 and V60. Just look at the lines on this iPhone. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I have already talked about the power delivery of this M50. It's absolutely ridiculous. The way this puts down the power, it just shoots off like a rocket. Wow. So I'm really pleased with my test drive, and I'm gonna talk to the seller tomorrow, and we will take it from there. Huge thanks to the dealership. You can see the logo, Jaeger Centrum, for lending me this car for the weekend. So that was it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate every like, every comment, and if you also consider subscribing to my page. Thank you. Bye bye.